All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to TikTok Shop Insiders Podcast, your source for the latest news and strategies for all things TikTok Shop. I'm your host, Ivan, and we have my good friend, Pat, here. What's up, Pat? How you been, man?
Pretty good, man. Always busy.
Yeah, man. All right. So we always start off the podcast with some news. I think the latest thing that we've seen in the last week is affiliates complaining about their Shoplinks broken. So a little bit of background. They create the videos and they tag a product that they created the video about. For some reason, those links aren't working, and they're kind of, created the video, and now they kind of can't have the affiliate commissions, and it kind of throws them in a tizzy. And yeah, what did you see on your side, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what I saw in the communities today. People complaining about like shop links not even being available on their posts. My wife personally was like working with a brand trying to tag one of the products in one of her posts, and even though it said like inventory was available, wasn't able to. So she reached out to the brand. The brand was saying, yeah, we talked to TikTok, and they were saying there's some internal issues that were happening over at TikTok regarding their specific listings and their inventory not translating into TikTok Shop for whatever reason. So she wasn't able to create this video that she was supposed to tag this brand for on a sample that she received.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that seems to be a widespread problem over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully they've resolved it.
Yeah. One thing I've learned about TikTok Shop, or my experience thus far, is like they are working at lightning speed, like faster than any other app development or kind of platform development. And that's a gift and a curse, right? That's how they're so fast right now, so fast adopting and things changing all the time. But on the bad side of it is things break a lot more often than other platforms, like let's say Amazon, right? If a link was broken on Amazon, it'd be upside down, right? So yeah, gift and a curse. I think it's just par for the course with TikTok Shop. You just kind of have to adapt, maybe expect those type of things happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Up next is an email that we received, I think just yesterday, but it's for sellers, and it's called Your Exclusive Sneak Peek TikTok Shop 2024 Campaigns. So essentially, this email is for sellers, and it outlines the maybe seasonal selling events that TikTok Shop is featuring and kind of wants to bring to your attention. We have maybe 10 of these selling events that they outline. It's, goes from March, April. There's 4 in April, in May, June, 2 in July, August, October, November, and December. So basically outlines a handful of things. I'll just go ahead and read them off. So in March, there's going to be a spring sale. April, there's going to be a tax-savvy category sale, music festival, spring into wellness, spring cleaning, Mother's Day in May, June, summer sale. July, there's a mid-year sale, which, Pat, our background is in Amazon, so that would probably resemble a Prime Day sale, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna probably try to go hard to compete with Amazon. So I expect big TikTok funded coupons that they're going to be pushing, because they're gonna, there's going to be a lot of attention on e-commerce in the month of July, especially with Prime Day.
And then July, back to school. August, back to college. October, fall sale. November, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then December, holiday sale. So essentially, TikTok Shop is gonna do TikTok Shop and be e-commerce space and have as many promotions as possible, just to kind of get that shopping bug in all of its kind of watchers and viewers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have two clients that were registered for the spring sale that's going to happen in 5 days now. And it was a bit unclear on like how much. So TikTok was going to fund the coupons for their products, whatever is registered. It was a bit unclear on what percentage they were going to fund. Like if we created a 50% off coupon, does TikTok cover the entire 50%? That it was a bit unclear, but they're set up, and so we'll see how it goes and report back to for any findings and learnings that we get from the first sale that we're involved in, and then apply for the next one.
Yeah. So some of the things that TikTok Shop outlines in this kind of promotion preparation email is, one is like make sure you have sufficient inventory and set your prices, right? Those are kind of two things. You don't want to be promoting something you have low inventory on, and then making sure that your pricing strategy is at least paid attention to, right? Going into these sales, you don't want a full price product. You want something that maybe have a promotional price on, or maybe even a flash sale. which will increase conversions. So anything to add there, or pretty much straight?
Yeah, I mean, just making sure everybody is on the same page, especially if we're working with brands, having their ops and inventory expecting, a potential boost in sales, and making sure they're all ready for that to cover any influx of orders that come in.
Something also, it's like affiliate messaging, right? You have all your affiliates having your products prior, right? It'd be great to let them know, hey, we have a sale coming up. We're going to be discounting a little bit. It'd be a great opportunity for you to make another video so that, you guys can get your commissions. So that's a kind of another point there.
Yeah, using those discounts for hooks at the beginning of the videos. So,
right.
From the super viral, successful videos that I've seen, a lot of the comment thread is they're using some sort of pricing hook at the beginning. Like, hey,
the example,
this thing is $80 on Amazon. On TikTok Shop, it's like $60. You got to go get it now, right? Like creating urgency.
Right. Yeah. I've seen that all the time in my feed. Some really amazing news up next. Pretty awesome. And I was kind of, just enamored throughout the whole conversation of this possibility. But there's a thing called TSP, TikTok Shop Partner, coming from TikTok itself. And essentially what that is someone from inside TikTok Shop that we liaison with. And through that relationship, us as an agency gets a ton of benefits, right? So TikTok gets clients, or kind of, gets sellers on their platform through us having relationships with previous clients or previous brands that we've dealt with, right? So some of the amazing things that we get for being a part of this program is that the clients that are binded to us, there's a kind of there's a step in there where we kind of bind brands to our kind of client, our agency umbrella. Those that are binded to us get priority for issue resolution. So their listings are down, their inventory is weird, they get denied for X, Y, and Z. We get to the front of the line with our clients and kind of get their issue resolved faster, and kind of it's amazing, right? What do you think?
That's a huge one, because the main complaints that we've heard from brands that we talked to trying to get started on TikTok Shop have been complaining that they are unable to get a hold of anybody at TikTok to help them.
Yeah.
Their problem. So this is a huge benefit for being part of the TikTok Shop Partner Program. That's going to give us an advantage, the brands that we work with, an advantage to do more on TikTok Shop, get their stuff resolved a lot faster.
For sure. I mean, I'm excited for that. If we can tell a potential client, like, yeah, we have an inroad to getting your problem fixed, get you to the front of the line. It's like, well, yeah, of course. So another amazing aspect is access to beta programs. TikTok Shop has a CRM, customer relationship management, I believe. But like, what they do is there's a way for TikTok Shop brands to reach out to their to their customers. And a way to do that is, for instance, an example is like abandoned carts. And, someone adds their product to the cart and they don't check out. Well, now you can reach out to them and say, hey, here's a discount code, 10% off if you buy. And obviously that's huge in the retention world. And we would kind of get access to those type of things for the clients that we have. I think she was saying not every client that we have, but those that are eligible, bring it to their attention if it fits their build, and they'll kind of put them in the front of the line as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's a case-by-case basis, as I'm sure everything will be with this program.
Right. And then maybe the ice, like all these are amazing in and of itself, but the icing on the cake is that they're going to refer clients to us, right? So as we do well with our current clients, they're going to have a Rolodex of agencies that they trust and, do great work and refer us clients, which is, a TikTok referral to us is, invaluable. So I'm more than excited for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. Now to the next stage of the podcast. We want to talk strategies. We always want to kind of bring some, not just floating ideas, but like how to get to the nitty gritty and get those sales. The topic we want to cover today is the ultimate guide to an ultimate guide to an optimized TikTok Shop product. We're going to cover things like title, images, video, description, pricing and promotion strategies, and then kind of like shipping strategies, free shipping, etc. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So those listening won't have this, but we're going to do our best to describe it audibly. But yeah, essentially just, go into TikTok Shop or use our data tool, Calodata, Kalodata. We're going to have a link in the description for this, but it's a TikTok data analytics tool, which shows product listings, affiliate videos, and kind of data, sales numbers, etc. So we're going to use that tool, look at the listings, and kind of analyze them, see what we think is performing well. You up for that, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, this is the the building blocks to every successful TikTok shop, right? You have to start with your listing. You got to make sure everything's squared away so that once you get people to your page, they're going to convert.
For sure. Up first, I wanted to start with a product that was selling very well. This product has sold $557K, over $500,000 in the last week. It's a collagen peptide. I don't know what brand it is. I forgot what brand. Macro ingredients. But taking a look at their listing, it leaves a lot to be desired, right? I don't think they spent a lot of time on it. I think they just essentially did what 99% of the TikTok shop people do, and port over what they have on Amazon or their website, and kind of just get started sooner, which is great, which is what everyone should do. But now, like, if you can imagine, like, if you had an optimized listing, a conversion point increase would increase your sales, and etc. So some of the things off the bat, what are some of the things that you see off the bat, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, in their product title, it looks like they've connected to Shopify. And so one common thing we've seen is any brands connecting to Shopify to port over their listings, you don't include your brand name in your product name on your website. So that ports over from Shopify over to TikTok Shop. It leaves that out. So, one primary thing is you definitely want to include your brand name at the beginning of the product title so people know who they're buying from. So they've left off micro ingredients here at the beginning of their title.
Right. Yeah. And I also noticed off the bat, they're using 5 images. I think you can have upwards of like 7 to 9. So, increasing that, adding more brand story, more pros to use what the benefits of the product are. I don't see any like people in their images. Right. Products in use. Something we use in our kind of Amazon background is if you as a person are buying something online, you want to be able to see that another human is using it or drinking it, and making that like mental connection, like, oh, this person is drinking it or using it. If it's like a glove, that goes a long way versus just something that's kind of floating out there. Scrolling down, anything else you see, Pat, as I'm scrolling down?
I just wanted to take a look at their variations. So one thing we found too is when people make a sale, right? If you have different flavors of a product, okay, so this one doesn't have any different flavors, but when you make a purchase on the back end, when you're fulfilling, it'll take is it the parent title of
parent title?
Product? Yeah, in the order, which can be confusing, right? So if you've listed unflavored for this one, that has unflavored, but if they had variations within it for other flavors, for example, it could be confusing if you have that flavor in the parent title, if that makes sense.
So if you get an order, especially in the very beginning, make sure to map correctly, right? Because if you're just reading it, sometimes TikTok Shop will relay the title of the parent listing and not the child. But if you have everything kind of automated and set up, it should go by SKU and it should flow correctly. But definitely in the first couple iterations of a test order, you want to make sure you're paying attention to like variations if they're coming through correctly. Yeah, great point. Anything else? So like other things that we'll review this with other listings that we think are amazing, but the description has a lot to be desired. It's only a handful of words, and again ported over from maybe their .com, and there's some of these listings have like an amazing visual aspect similar to like Amazon A+ content, which we'll review in a second. Another brand that Pat likes a lot on TikTok Shop is Jackery. Anything you want to kind of point out here, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, they right off the bat included a big badge on their main photo, which might be against the TikTok TOS. But I've seen a couple brands do that, and that's a good way to stand out, especially in the search results, right? If you're searching for portable power stations or whatever, having a big badge on that first photo really stands out. Whether they can keep this long term, I don't know. Yeah. But it's definitely something that I've seen other brands implement in their main image.
So this is definitely against TOS. But at the same time, it's like there's so many things that are against TOS that everyone does normally, right? Both on Amazon and on TikTok Shop. And it's really like the game is, what's that fine line? Where's that, happy medium? I imagine this is going to get removed or taken down or policed. But at the same time, like until then, this brand has a leg up over the next brand. So it's like, why not do it if it's going to be a slap on the wrist or who knows? But every kind of brand has their own strategy. But, our job here on TikTok Shop Insiders is to like not expose, but like to show what are the different strategies, and you can decide on yourself if it's correct for your brand.
Yep. Yeah. Next big thing that stands out to me is their price. They're using a price discount to, have in red text minus 25%. I'm checking on Amazon right now to see if that thing is priced about the same. It's actually cheaper on TikTok Shop, which is great because, that gives creators the ability to say, hey, I found this Jackery 300 on Amazon for, $249. On TikTok Shop, it's $40 cheaper. Buy it here, buy it now, right? That helps drive virality. TikTok seems to really love that when you push that pricing difference on TikTok Shop versus other platforms. From the viral videos I've seen, that's definitely been a common thing.
Yeah. I think pricing is huge, especially when you think about it omnichannel. How it relates to your .com, how it relates to Amazon is something you guys need to pay attention to. It has a strike-through price, $209 to a full price of $209 to a full price of $279, which Pat was saying is a 25% discount, which is huge in the eyes of a shopper. But yeah, playing with that pricing and what perceived promotion or deal that the customer is going to get is huge.
Yeah. Another one that you just scrolled past at the top that I don't want to scroll by too quickly is free shipping. So there's ways to, have badging on your listings for free shipping, especially TikTok shoppers. A lot of the listings I've come across are charging for shipping because they're fulfilling out of their own warehouses, right? So they have to make up that cost somewhere. So having, if you do offer free shipping, there's ways to have badging on your listing for that too. So that's a good.
Yeah, that's great. Running a test, playing with the pricing, all the same kind of story. It's like, do your test, what works for your brand. Pat, you love this part.
Yes.
I'll let you go.
Yeah, for sure. This is, for people who are able to see the video, it's, we're scrolling down into their product description now. At the top, they've done a great job at, filling up the product description with keyword heavy text. It looks like it's the bullet points probably from their Amazon listing. I noticed because it's the capital letters at the beginning of each bullet. But right below that, they've included a lot of lifestyle photos. This is very similar to the A+ content that you see on Amazon listings, right? So it's big, nice, wide images of the product in use, beautiful photography, while also highlighting a lot of the product features in a nice graphic way and easy to digest and kind of scroll through. So I love that.
Yeah. So I just did a quick search on Amazon as well, and I'm trying to see if it is the same exact content, and it looks like not exactly the same. There's a lot of similar. Yeah, actually, some of them are repeated images. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of just took their Amazon A+ content, repurposed it for TikTok Shop.
Yeah, I've seen different approaches to this. These Jackery is using kind of like shorter photos. I think there's not a lot of restrictions as far as what dimensions you do, but I imagine they're using smaller photos because you can see many more photos in one view of your phone, right? Versus there's other brands that we'll probably look at in a bit that take up the whole screen for one section. One photo will take up the entire screen, and then you kind of scroll through. So they're taking a minimal scrolling approach with using shorter images.
Yeah, another thing I want to add here is it's not as difficult to add A+ content, or I'm sorry, this content on TikTok Shop as it is A+ content on Amazon. With this content, it's just adding an image or images to the description and adding it kind of like a add image like you would normally to like an email. So yeah, it's a lot easier. It's not A+ content where you need to get approved, etc., submit, all that stuff. So if you haven't, done your TikTok Shop, what we call A+ content, I would definitely take a look into that.
Yep, for sure. One thing that we're missing, but will probably be in the next example, is video, right? That's going to be another chance to add to your content here.
For sure. Up next, we have Wyze, WYZE, which is a kind of a affordable video security camera. I actually have these cameras around my house. It's like $29-$30 for a camera that you can essentially watch whatever you want, right? So I have it like in my front yard, backyard, and then in the kitchen just to kind of see what's going on with the kids. But yeah, they have an amazing listing. I don't know, we should check, but if it's just porting over Amazon stuff or if it's tailored for TikTok Shop. But what are you kind of seeing here in this one?
Yeah, they're taking full advantage of the full all 9 photos, which is great to see. They're also offering that same discount as well. So they have a structured price, offering some sort of discount. Their product title includes the brand name. It's actually very text heavy. I didn't realize titles can be that long. There's probably mixed schools of thought. Amazon used to be the same way, right? We used to keyword stuff product titles on Amazon all the time. Amazon kind of moved away from that because it was getting too difficult to read. But for now, people are trying probably that same strategy on TikTok Shop to see if that helps their SEO at all.
Yeah, you'll see here shipping is not included. So there is no free shipping badge, and they charge for shipping. So maybe run a test of what you would do if you included shipping in your cost. So cool.
And this one does include a video. I don't think we can view the video from desktop, but right above their product description will be a product video that highlights their thing. So yeah, it's probably that one with the black background there.
This one. Yeah, so within the product description, the below the fold area, there's a section in there where you can add a video, and take advantage of that. You could put your TikTok videos on there. You could put your brand focused videos on there, but put something for sure. And then, as you can see, or as I'll describe, their A+ content is super awesome. A lot of call outs on benefits and what are the features, what does it give you. Number one best selling camera on TikTok Shop. Well, you can't deny that. A lot of feedback and following that with a lot of copy about. Again, it seems like it's Amazon bullet points, but
it's actually an interesting thing that they're saying within their content, because I know Amazon themselves are very touchy on using boastful language, using like any type of claims in their content. So it seems like Wise is able to get away with it if they could obviously prove it. I see them all the time, so they're likely are the best selling security camera on TikTok. But what I like about this image is it's almost seamless, right? It's like kind of like an easy scroll through, big seamless image that takes you from section to section, talking about features and benefits and all that stuff. And then right below that is the text heavy part where they have the crawlable SEO text with the keywords in it.
Right. All right. Up next is my favorite. Pat and I were doing some pre-call research and kind of looking at what brands are killing it. And there's this one. It's called Think Plus Specialty Store. It's that's the brand that's selling the product. And one of the biggest selling products of this last week is this Lenovo Think Plus X15 Pro earphone wireless Bluetooth headset. And it sold $819K, so almost $1 million in the last week. And that's pretty amazing. Awesome, amazing, like kudos, right? After going into the brand and the products a little bit more, you will see that there's something kind of fishy to me. It's like, essentially, the seller is not Lenovo. It's this Think Plus Specialty Store, which is, it's not foreign to see wholesalers and, distributors selling products on TikTok Shop, which is kind of unique. But this is a, Lenovo big brand, so it's not from Lenovo store. And it just kind of smells funny. But anyway, I did a search on Lenovo Think Plus X15, and, on Google, nothing came up. On Amazon, nothing came up. So it's just extremely weird to me, like how this is kind of happening or going on.
Yeah, I mean, I saw subreddits too, like the Lenovo subreddit. People were asking, like, "Is this a legit product? We bought it from TikTok. They don't know." So
right,
yeah, and the same thing. They were doing research, couldn't find the product on the Lenovo website, couldn't find it anywhere on other e-commerce platforms. So it's a bit weird.
But on the other end, their listing is probably the best listing I've ever seen on TikTok Shop. Lenovo is in the title. Their gallery images are top notch. You'll see a lot of product in use, features, etc. They use all 9 of the images. All the different colors are highlighted, and it's just like an amazing listing on the top end. And we'll review a little bit later on the kind of A plus content. But their listing is amazing, best I've seen. So if there's one to copy, it'd be this one, this Lenovo ThinkPlus X15.
Yeah, they do a great job with the images and the product description too. Big. This is the example I was talking about. So each section takes up the entire screen pretty much, and you kind of scroll through each section. Big, nice, tall graphics. Great use of the space. Looks very professional, which is why if you saw this listing, if this was some sort of like counterfeiter, you would never know because their graphics look amazing on their listing. It looks really legit. So, yeah, it was the power of fully optimized listing to communicate brand trust, branding, all that stuff. So,
yeah. So if you know it's someone at Lenovo and this looks funny, give us a holler. Kind of, we'd love to talk to some of this, see if it's like legit or whatnot. But yeah, dude, their A plus content or the description images, it seems like it's nonstop. It's maybe like 10 full scrolls, full pages deep. Crazy.
Yeah, and you kind of think about like the people on TikTok Shop and their behavior, right? People are used to scrolling nonstop on TikTok Shop, so they kind of adapt to that user behavior within their listing. And so, the old school thought from that I came from back in e-commerce, like we were trying to optimize for above the fold. Everything had to be short. Everything had to be like on the screen. Not anymore on mobile. It's kind of okay to use taller images as long as you're, using it correctly. People are afraid to scroll on mobile phones.
Love it. Okay. Yeah. So that's, our version of, what the ultimate guide is for a TikTok Shop listing. What are the kind of options you have? Some people may not be aware of all the things you can do. So again, if you guys have questions, reach out to us, TikTokShopInsiders.com. We'd be glad to answer. Pat, we're winding up. Any kind of last thoughts?
No, I'm just super, super excited about what that TikTok Shop partner,
the TSP
program is going to come out to be. That's kind of an exciting frontier for us as an agency and for the brands that we represent, and see, really how much support they can get. I know they're growing that team super fast. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out of it.
I love it. Yeah, I feel super, like the whole time in a Slack between me and Pat, I was like, dude, is this real? Like, can we be in this good? Because this would be amazing. Like, I'm pitching myself, like, can this happen? So it looks like we're going to be in. It's just a matter of formalities of like, kind of submitting documents, etc. But yeah, again, that's probably one of the biggest things of the week that I'm super excited about. For sure. All right. So that wraps it up for today's episode. Don't forget to follow us on our socials. TikTokShopInsiders.com is where you'll find everything. Please, I guess this is new to me, but leave a review or a rating on, all your iTunes or Spotify's, etc. It'll go a long way. Shows us that we're doing the right thing. If you got any type of value, please take the time to leave us a review. One last thing, actually, I want to mention. It is a special group that I want to create of high-level TikTok Shop sellers. And, essentially, there's a lot of groups out there, and the information exchange is very high, but it's all very kind of elementary or like new and, not a lot of, strategy being involved. So what I wanted to do is create that high-level sellers group and, to talk deeper strategy around TikTok Shop. So if you want to be a part of that group, go ahead and visit the website highlevelsellersclub.com. Once again, that's highlevelsellersclub.com, where, you put your email and I'll kind of contact you regarding, if you're a right fit for the group. But, I'll pretty much, if you have a TikTok store and you kind of talk about TikTok Shop and strategies, you'll be likely to join. But yeah, essentially that I had a group of high-level Amazon sellers back in the day that I still am friends with, and that was a wealth of information for myself, and I want to kind of create that same atmosphere and environment in the TikTok Shop space. So again, highlevelsellersclub.com. But yeah, that concludes it on my side. Thanks for joining. Catch you next time.
See ya.